Alright, I figured out what I'm going to make. It's called a Kelsey Creek barbed. K-E-L-S-E-Y. Kelsey Creek barbed. Alright, so I am going to make this base a little flatter. I gotta thin it anyway so I can get some deep notches. Alright. Let's see. Where is everything? Okay. Alright. Very nice. So yeah, the auction went well. As usual, you guys are awesome. So I'll be doing my shipping tomorrow and Wednesday. Usually takes a couple days to get everybody's out. Sometimes it takes me 3 days depending on how many people were bidding and won. This time around there were several people that bought more than one item, so that was good. It cuts down on the shipping costs. And the time. So the Kelsey Creek barbed is one of those points that is kind of rare in the archaeological record. Most of these were resharpened heavily, so this is going to be a first stage pristine without resharpening. So it'll have the full barbs. When it's resharpened heavily, you lose the barbs on these. So a lot of these don't have very large barbs, but this one will have large barbs. Now I don't have my Knoll Justice book with me. That's where you find these, in the Knoll Justice book on projectile points of the Northwest. I think that's what it's called. So these were made from Obsidian, the Kelsey Creek. And I like the shape. Okay. I have to make sure this base is thin enough to do what I want to do. But not too thin, because then the barbs will break off. Alright. Let's see. I'm going to use aluminum on these side strikes. Why? I don't know. I just want a wide flake. It's kind of wide, but it was way too short. Yeah. That's better. Much longer. And it was a good thinning flake. I had to hit this pretty hard, so that's why I'm using aluminum, so I don't shatter the edge. Because if I shatter these edges, I can't put the barbs in because they'll break off. Those incipient cracks from shattered edges will creep up on me. Creep up on me and ruin my day. So aluminum is a little less harsh on the edge, and it looks like it's working out pretty good. Keep my fingers crossed. Yeah, it looks good. I feel like I should thin this down some more up here. Yeah. Or clean it up a little bit. If I thin it a little bit, it'll clean it up. That's the plan anyway. Hard hit. Alrighty. I think that's as far as I want to go. There it is. I don't want to push my luck. Yeah. It's okay. These things are kind of narrow anyway, so if I have to make it more narrow to get those flakes to travel, that's all right. Now that I've had a breather, I can see what I'm doing. Just want to improve the striking area. I don't have my gaiters on. Got bare feet. No, they're not bare, but I gotta make sure I shake out my shoes really well. Or just put my gaiters on, but there isn't that many flakes down there, so should be all right. So I'm attacking that dip in there straight on. Now I can attack it from the other side. Hopefully get it cleaned up. It's important I get the edge just right. Yeah. All right, so did that do it? Yeah. It's nice and smooth now. It looks kind of wonky, but it's nice and smooth. Alrighty. Not much going on outside. It's late and the dogs are mostly sleeping. Come on. There we go. Yeah, this stuff is just a little more fragile than bottle glass. Slightly more fragile. So if you practice on bottle glass, you'll probably snap this stuff in half a lot of times before you get used to it. Just FYI. Let's see. I gotta be careful about picking this stuff out too, because those flakes fly. What did it do? It tried to do something. I can't tell what it did. I think it might have stepped fractured. A couple of step fractures, but they might be undetached. That would be unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, there's an undetached flake in there. But I can't see it. Okay. I don't know what it's doing. Let's just see. Yeah, I can't tell what it's doing. It looks solid except for a little bitty step fracture. As long as it's solid, I'm alright. I'll be in good shape as long as it's solid and not all steppy. Yeah, I'm reaching the limits of my ability on that one. It's kind of steppy in the middle, but it's not too bad. Let's see. Just as long as there are not too many undetached flakes. Or partial detachments. As long as there's only partial detachment, partially undetached and not a big incipient step fracture. See that little mess right there? I think that's solid. As long as it's solid, I'll be alright. As long as there's nothing undercutting it. Okay. Very translucent. Very transparent. All right. Come on. Ah, copper. All right, copper. Let's see. There we go. Can you see? No. I can't either. Two gloves, two gloves. Start pressure flaking, I need two gloves. Flakes are flying everywhere. See some dull spots. I want to get those now before I put the barbs on it, because I've snapped the barbs off before trying to sharpen the edges. Not that the barbs are going to be anywhere near the tip, but just doing this, sometimes I snap the barbs off the corner. Oh yes. Not because of bending stresses, but because I touch it. I end up touching the barb down here while I'm doing this. And snap the barb off, and I'm not even paying attention to that side of the projectile point. I don't know, is this going to be blurry? Is this whole video going to be blurry? I can't see. I can't see the workpiece. I can't see through the viewfinder. I can barely see. That's one thing about Obsidian is sometimes it's hard to see. And this thing is going to be blurry. I can't adjust the focus with the glove on. All right. There we go. Let's see if that'll work. I bet you by the time I put the glove back on, it's not going to be focused. No? All right. It's focused still? Yeah. Alright, that sounded a little bit crunchy, but not too bad. Is there symmetry? Is it good enough? Yeah, probably good enough. In the focus, we don't have focus anymore. Oh well. Symmetry? Good enough. As long as there's no crunching or dull spots. Yeah, I see a dull spot. Might have to just live with it. Yeah, okay. Time for notching. I'm getting tired of this a little bit. All right. I gotta flatten this base just a little more. I'm going by memory on the last one that I made like this. What's going on? Okay, let's try it. Just crunching them in. Now I gotta focus on this, so I won't be doing too much talking. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, very soon I'm going to be very glad that it's thin, because it's starting to get difficult to pop flakes out, and I don't want to put too much pressure on this. Got to keep the notch going with good pop outs, but I don't want to put too much pressure on them. Yeah, very nice. Lucky. So yeah, I'll do these gradually. I'm not done with that side yet. Not even close. It's looking pretty thick on this side. That's all right. See, I'm taking down the side so the barb can look correct. And I might have to thin this a little bit more. It's starting to get bulky on the edge. Yeah. I don't know if you can tell, but it was starting to get bulky on the edge. So I thinned it a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to. The thing is, I don't want to install step fractures. Very easy to install the step fractures. It would help if I could see. Alright. Remind me not to do too much of this smoky clear obsidian. Can't see. Alright, we're making some progress. Alright. That's all that counts. That's all that matters. Making some progress. These things are supposed to have narrow necks, so I got a ways to go. As long as I can maintain those pop outs, it'll be all right. Just gotta maintain symmetry. Not push too hard on these pop outs. And everything should be fine. Right? Right. Nice. Yeah, nice. No crunching. Nice pop outs. Slowly and carefully. Yeah, it's a little bit crunchy, but oh, it's all right. Okay. Notching isn't that hard. I just gotta make sure I don't push too hard. It's not really difficult to notch the obsidian. I just gotta watch out that I don't overdo it. I don't care if I stall it a little bit. It's fine. I think that's done. The only thing left is to make it symmetrical. Are we there yet? Almost. Just trying to unstall the bottom of the notches so they look better. Oops. Not like that. I don't know, I've got some undetached flakes. I don't know. I should have used my curved pressure flaker. Yes? Maybe. No, it's all right. Okay, and now the very tip, and then we're done. Is it thin enough? Are we there yet? We're getting there. I detect a small step fracture near the tip, but I'm gonna have to live with it. Yeah, see, there's one right there. But I can't really see. Maybe I can get a small flake to travel across that. See, there's a step fracture right there. Okay, I think I picked it out. That's good enough. Yeah. Yeah, as long as I don't see the white powdery areas. I mean, there's some at the bottom of the notches, but it's alright. My eyes are getting tired. I'm just thinning out the stem on the sides of the notches. And I think these are kind of rounded off. I don't know if there's any grinding on this. That'd be interesting if there was grinding on the base. But yeah, the only thing I don't like is this area here. Could send in a cleaning flake, maybe, but I don't know. See that area right there? See, there's some stepping going on right there. I don't know what that's from. Just trying to thin the thin point, probably. Sometimes I can push on the face of those with Obsidian. It does work sometimes. You can see them right there. Yeah, but I can't get a purchase on those. Nope. So I gotta live with it. Yeah. The only good way to attack it is a flake from here inward. Maybe. Let's see. What did it do? Did it do anything? Tried to do something. Is it any better? I think it's a little bit better. Still got some chatter right there though. But I think that's alright. I can't tell which direction I can pop those out. Yeah, I'm taking my time with this. I'm being persnickety because I want to make sure that if I can do it, I do it. If I can clean that out, I want to make sure I do clean that out. See it right there. I managed to clean this out a little bit. Now if I can find a place to push on, I can wipe out some of that steppiness. I think there's a step fracture here somewhere, like right here. I can push on the face of it and pop it out. Somewhere there. There it is. There it goes. That was it. Alright. I gotta get rid of the dull spots. Symmetry. Good enough? Yeah. Good enough. Alright, so when these things are resharpened, they get a lot more narrow and the barbs get a lot smaller. But I think that's accurate enough. Good enough. I am going to braid a little bit down here. Alrighty. Okay, that took long enough. Okay. Yeah, I can go to sleep now. Knowing that I spent too much time. Yeah. Let's see, let's clean up some of these flakes. These nasty, transparent flakes. And get ourselves a thumbnail view. So yeah, I reached the limit of my thinning, and luckily I was able to pop out some of these step fractures in the island that was developing there. The thing is, it's hard to see on this. Look how transparent that is. And clear glass is even worse. You know, the window glass and stuff. That's why I don't work clear glass. I don't think I've ever made a point on video that's clear glass. This is about as clear as I want to get. But I'll probably make a clear glass point eventually, just so I can say that I did it. Alright. It is sharp, but I think I have to admit, if I were to put serrations on there, it would be sharper. At least with Obsidian. It's not popped out. You know, it's not. I don't have the hollow ground effect on this because I didn't take the time to do it. What I did was I just tried to get rid of all the powdery areas and all the dull spots without doing the pop outs. So I get kind of a dull, it's kind of a dull edge. It'll still cut, but I don't feel like it doesn't grab as much as it would if I had popped out a lot of little bulbs. When you use a spatula tool, it doesn't pop out a bulb as much as a rounded tip flaker. Antler does a good job of sharpening Obsidian, so I might do that next time, if I remember. Yeah. Alrighty. Yep, so that's it. There is a little bit of crushing at the bottom of the notch. on this side there. That's all right. There is bottle glass that's like this, and the only ones I have found that are like this are the Bailey's Irish Cream or the Carol Ann's Irish Cream bottles. And they're a little bit darker glass than this, so it looks a little bit like real obsidian. Just a little bit darker than this. But yeah, if you want bottle glass that looks like this, there is some available. Alright. I got that question earlier. So there it is. That's it.